What's going on, everybody? RJ Ochoa here from SB Nation's bloggingtheboys.com. It's been a while since we all got together like this. It's been a while since we sat around the proverbial campfire. I want to start things off by saying we know that our world is in a very, very delicate place right now. We know that things are crazy. We know that there's a lot going on. We hope that you are safe. We hope that you are well. Certainly want to encourage everybody to follow proper CDC protocols. Be washing your hands. We want you to stay safe. We want you to be safe. We want to be able to enjoy Dallas Cowboys football together as much as possible. And it's been a while since we did get together, as we said. The last time we spoke, the Dallas Cowboys football season had just ended, and a lot has changed. Obviously, Mike McCarthy, now the team's head coach. This offseason, the Cowboys have a first-round pick, which is a very welcome change from that time a year ago. And free agency, in spite of everything going on in the world with the coronavirus, did get off to a start on Monday when the legal tampering window opened. And the Cowboys already hard at work, already getting a lot of things done, and already seeing a lot of players leave their team. In fact, the first thing the Cowboys did was they applied the franchise tag to Dak Prescott. That's right, there's only one tag because there is a new collective bargaining agreement, which does mean that a 17-game regular season is on the way, and there are 2 extra wildcard teams this season. But Dak Prescott has been tagged, the exclusive tag, so nobody can touch him. Dak Prescott is the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, at least here in 2020. The Cowboys, though, got a lot more things done, all right? The Cowboys signed an extension. That's right, Blake Jarwin, you know him, you love him, tight end 1, number 89 in your programs. He is fantastic. A lot of people have been clamoring for Blake Jarwin to get a lot of work done since he went off for 3 touchdowns in the 2018 regular season finale against the New York Giants. By the way, now Jason Garrett's New York Giants, as he is their new offensive coordinator. Blake Jarwin is the tight end for the foreseeable future for the Dallas Cowboys. You commit $24.25 million to Blake Jarwin, and that says a whole heck of a lot. And you know, that said that the Cowboys were kind of moving on from another tight end, and we'll get to that in a second. But the Cowboys had a lot of other in-house things to do. They have taken care of other players. Amari Cooper is a very wealthy man. The Cowboys traded a first-round pick for him less than 2 years ago, and now he has a 5-year, $100 million contract extension. I feel like Dr. Evil, $100 million. That's right, Amari Cooper is getting $20 million per year, puts him just below Atlanta's Julio Jones in terms of annual average value for wide receivers. Amari, it's awesome to have him. He was definitely worth a first-round draft pick. Amari is awesome. He is here to stay. The Cowboys, though, also locked down Darian Thompson, safety, reserve player. The Cowboys very well could address the safety position when it comes to the draft, but Darian Thompson at least gives them some depth. And the Cowboys are bringing back an old friend. That's right. It was now amazingly 10 years ago that the Dallas Cowboys drafted Sean Lee, and he is back with the Cowboys for his 10th season. That's right, I didn't mess that math up. Remember, Sean Lee missed the entire 2014 year with a torn ACL. Sean Lee, the general, returning to the Cowboys on a 1-year deal, provided a great line of depth for them last season, obviously with Leighton Vander Esch getting hurt. And if you can have depth like Sean Lee, you're doing things right as an NFL team, and the Cowboys certainly doing things right with Sean Lee. Now, the Cowboys obviously have retained some players. They have not really brought in anybody new to this point. We'll keep you updated, of course, all the time at bloggingtheboys.com. But the Cowboys have seen some people leave, some people depart. Byron Jones is now the highest paid cornerback in the National Football League. Byron Jones is making a boatload of money. Maybe he's going to buy a boat now that he plays for the Miami Dolphins. Byron certainly got paid. We wish him the best. He was not the only Cowboy to leave, though. Obviously, Cowboys had a lot of players, a lot of free agents that they wanted to retain. Randall Cobb, the Cowboys were able to keep Amari Cooper, but not Randall Cobb. He has stayed in the great state of Texas. Shout out, of course, to Coach Taylor and his wife, Tammy. And he is now going to be playing for the Houston Texans, who seem to think that trading away DeAndre Hopkins is a very good idea. Hey, you do you, Bill O'Brien. We're not going to be any particular judge. But Randall Cobb going to the Texans. Robert Quinn, the Dallas Cowboys sack leader last season with 11.5 sacks. Robert Quinn is headed to the Chicago Bears. That's right, that Bear defense is going to be pretty good in 2020 with Robert Quinn coming off the edge. And those are 3 different teams, right? The Dolphins got a Cowboy, the Texans got a Cowboy, the Bears got a Cowboy. Well, the Raiders have moved, all right? The Raiders have moved locations. They'll be playing in Las Vegas, Sin City in 2020 and beyond, and they might as well change logos, all right? The Las Vegas Raiders might as well be the Dallas Cowboys because they are just taking every single Dallas Cowboy. The Las Vegas Raiders have Malik Collins, defensive tackle, gets to reunite with Rod Marinelli. The Las Vegas Raiders have the GOAT, Jeff Heath, gets to reunite with Rich Bisaccia on special teams. And the Las Vegas Raiders, brace yourself, all right? The Las Vegas Raiders have Jason Witten Jason Witten, the gold jacket Wit. Jason Witten is now a Las Vegas Raider. It's such a weird sentence. It's hard for me to compartmentalize. It's almost as difficult to comprehend as Tom Brady playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know what Jason Witten's thinking. He obviously thinks he has some football left in the tank. Maybe he thinks the Raiders can win the Super Bowl in 2020. I do not know. What I do know is that the Cowboys have a lot of holes to fill on defense. They have a lot of answers to really field. They have a lot of questions to work on. The Cowboys, they have some salary cap space. They have a quarterback contract to get done, a long-term one. They have a draft coming up at the end of April where they're going to have to hopefully find a safety of the future, perhaps a cornerback to replace Byron Jones. The next month and a half is going to be fascinating and incredibly important for the Dallas Cowboys as they look to build a team that can contend. Obviously, there's a lot that has been shifted and that is being shaken up by the COVID-19 pandemic that is affecting our entire world. The Dallas Cowboys, because they have a new head coach, were scheduled to begin off-season training activities on April 6th. That will not happen. The NFL has postponed that indefinitely. We will see when the Dallas Cowboys get a chance to meet as one team. Obviously, there's a lot of health standards that have to go into this. For what it's worth, as it stands, the Dallas Cowboys are scheduled to play in the Pro Football Hall of Fame game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Shout out to Jimmy Johnson and Cliff Harris, and that will afford them some time ahead of just about every other NFL team when it comes to training camp. So all of that is up in the air as the Cowboys figure out their plan for 2020. There's a lot to be excited about, but there's a lot to be nervous about. Again, Dak Prescott does not have a long-term deal. Why the Cowboys have waited is very difficult to understand. The quarterback market only continues to rise. Ryan Tannehill is getting paid almost $30 million by the Tennessee Titans. Dak Prescott, it's going to take somewhere in the neighborhood of $35 million per year. It's going to take at least $110 million in total guarantees. He's going to have to top Jared Goff, and it's probably going to take a 4-year contract. Now, this is an important point for us to end on. A lot of people are asking, why does Dak want a 4-year deal as opposed to a 5-year deal? The Dallas Cowboys, they want to match the Los Angeles Rams and Philadelphia Eagles. Jared Goff and Carson Wentz both got 4-year contract extensions last season, but they are under contract through 2024. How is that possible? That's technically 5 seasons. Remember that Jared Goff and Carson Wentz were both first-round picks. They went number 1 and number 2 in 2016. As a result of that, this season, 2020, is technically the 5th-year option of their rookie deal. Their extensions don't truly kick in until 2021, which is why their extensions run through 2024. If you're the Cowboys, you obviously don't want Dak to hit free agency before then, because then you have to pay him again, you have to reset the market again, on and on and on. So the Cowboys obviously want to put Dak on pace, on parallel parking, so to speak, with Jared Goff, with Carson Wentz. But if they're going to do that, they're going to have to surrender some guaranteed money. It'll be fascinating to see how that all comes about. But whatever ultimately comes out, we're going to have you covered, of course, at bloggingtheboys.com, your home for the best Dallas Cowboys coverage on the web, right here on the official Blogging the Boys YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a thing. Make sure while you're subscribing to things to go subscribe to the Blogging the Boys podcast feed. You get at least one Dallas Cowboys podcast every single day covering all things America's team. And while you're at it, stay safe and have the greatest day of all time. You know why? Because you deserve it. We'll see you next time.